This episode of Vegan Police TV is responding to I think it was a tag or something like that, video clip of Margaret, the Mod Vegan, tagged me in one of her little things. It's about answering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. So, first of all, my apologies about not getting this out when I said I did. I actually did record a clip in the car. I had an appointment, I think, for those following 2 days, things that I had to do. So I recorded one in the car, got home, looked at it, wasn't happy with it because it was waffling a bit too much on it. And then same as the other one that I did, I think it was a lot of other people being not paying too much attention on the road. So there was a little bit of me vocalising about people's driving skills. So anyway, here I am now, sitting out on the porch. You can see I was part of a goanna little mural sculpture, whatever those thingies are, and also got my cup of coffee here just to pay homage to Margaret again, because she was having a boring white cup. This is my little big Batman cup. Love coffee out of this one. Only drawback about that, and talk about coffee for a minute, is that I have one of those little 1 cup coffee filter things. You can put the beans in it and pour the water through it and it filters through. So it's a little bit too big to sit on the mouth of the cup here, so it sort of just goes a little bit wonky. But anyway, the cup I enjoy. The coffee thing fits on other cups of coffee I've got, but coffee doesn't taste that good out of those cups as it does out of that one. So anyway, answering these questions now. First question that was asked was, what is your favourite vegan quote? Now, my one is that it wasn't actually said by me, and actually wasn't even said by a vegan. Because I've been vegan for what feels like a million years now, and at the time that I was at a party or something like that. Anyway, going back many moons ago, and did my own thing. Took a bag of chips and took some Skittles and things like that for me to munch on while I was there. And one of the friends who was a friendly shit stirrer, he'd always have a crack at you about in friendly manners and all that sort of stuff. Said made a comment about asking if Skittles were vegan. And I said, yeah, Skittles are vegan. And he's just gone, oh my God, Skittles are vegan. And it was just one of those things, is that, just the way that he said that was something that, stuck with him for a while after that. And then, every time we, went somewhere and Skittles came out, oh my God, Skittles are vegan. Actually did the same thing too when it was about, when I rediscovered Oreo biscuits. I found out that the singles, the single packets, the cream ones. It's been that long since I've had Oreos, I've forgotten now. But they're suitable for vegan. So anyway, that was the thing. Next question: favorite vegan joke. I'm telling you, I don't have any vegan jokes. I don't know any vegan jokes apart from that little thing that everyone hears all the time. Is that how do you know if someone's vegan? Don't worry, they'll tell you. But, I really don't think that's a joke. Anyway, so I can't really answer that one. Now, the next one is hypothetical situation I get a lot. For me, it's the whole survival one, is that, if you're on a desert island and this and that and whatever else. Now, most people know that I don't play in these hypothetical things because they really don't, equate that much to real life. So I just sort of, let them go. And got pushed on it a couple of times. Oh, what would you do? What would you do? And just ask, okay, am I with someone else? Am I by myself? If I'm by myself, how are you going to know what I'm doing? Saying, oh, no, you're with X, Y, Z. Okay, what do these people look like? Oh, fairly average. Well, I'd kill them first. Oh, why would you kill them first, not the animal? Humans going to be easy to kill than, an animal that's in their own native habitat, because look at the calorie expenditure by going through the process of killing an animal as opposed to, bumping a human on the head in the middle of the night or doing something like that. And, it's just like, oh, really, why would I want to go and set traps and lairs and everything like that when I can just easily go around and go donk and bump you off and things like that. So, given that situation, I don't know what I'd do. You know, it was just more to point out how ridiculous the hypothetical situation was for that one. Now, same thing with the and got involved in a bit of a Facebook discussion and a coffee shop discussion about one of Tobias's little thing, his little gotchas that he does that he calls thought experiments. Now, his one was the veggie burger, the tasty veggie burger or the boring vegan burger. What, gee, you're going out for the night? And you know, for me, honestly, I'd turn around and tell my friends to harden up, that it's, you know, it's only going to be an hour or 2 hours till we're home. You know, I'm sure they can hold off on wanting food for that. You know, if they can't, give them a can of Sprite, give them a can of Coke or something like that, and tell them, there you go, that'll suffice you till we get home. So, you know, the alternatives, like, it's just one of those things, and you know, just more goes along the lines of pointing out how ridiculous that Tobias's thought experiments were, and you know, we all know that they're just gotchas, plain and simple. So, moving on before I start waffling away again. Favourite vegan meat replacer? Now, honestly, anything that someone else has made for me, because, you know, having this discussion about coffees and things like that, that a meal someone else makes for you or a coffee someone else makes for you will always taste better than the best meal that you make for yourself. And same as the best coffee you've made for yourself. So there's that, you know, I've made some boring coffees and people, oh, have a drink of that, and they've had a drink of the coffee and it's just been spectacular. So for me it was meh. So if I had to pick one, I would say mushrooms, because, you know, you get the big, portobello mushrooms, and I'm not saying they're dinner size plate big, you know, decent sized bread roll big, you know, cook them up a little bit, have them, and, you know, and that's the thing is that the other way of thinking with mine is just tying onto that though, is that they're not a meat replacer. They're not replacing meat. They're not even a substitute for meat. They're just something different, because you know, when we start using language like, oh, meat replacers or you know, substitutes, then are we saying that this is the norm and then this is something that's outside the norm? It's the same like you know, what is it, modern medicine and alternative medicine. Well, you know, I go and take vitamins from, you know, get vitamins from a health food shop instead of going to the doctors for a flu needle. So I'm on alternative medicine. Well, you know, is it the alternative or is it the better one that I chose? Going on with this is that in the industrial relations sphere in Australia, there's either union representation or there's what they're calling is either non-union employee representation, which is something else, or they call it alternative employee representation. Now, this is saying that employee representation by unions is the baseline. Well, no, it's not. It's not the default or anything. It's not, you know. So with that, so that's my my thoughts. I know it's a bit of a waffle on that one. I'll try to get the others quick because we've gone up to 9.5 minutes so far, and as people that watch this a lot know that I do like to waffle and get on sidetracks and tangents about things. So, next thing, favourite thing about being vegan is responding to all these, oh, what would you do in this? Oh, what would you do in that? Where would you get your protein? Oh, what would you do with this? And all that sort of stuff. And I really enjoy, especially when I going out to business meetings and things and things like that I do when I feel a bit corporate-y and all that sort of stuff, is that you go somewhere and obviously it comes out that I'm vegan, whether it's talking to the staff, you know, the wait staff at the restaurant or the place where we go to eat, and then first thing I look at the shoes. Oh, really? Those shoes? Are they vegan? Are they leather? No, they're not, because I wear I can't remember what the style of shoe called is. I got it from Vegan Wears in Victoria. What about that? What are we in now? 2016. I had them in, so probably nearly 10 years ago now. You know, they're not daily wearers because I alternate my shoes around and all that sort of stuff. Days like this, I either wear no shoes, so run around inside no shoes, or if I'm outside here, I've got a pair of Skechers that I wear, and things like that. So for that discussion, so the reason I brought that up is because they'll have a look at, oh, you know, that's the thing, and they do look like decent leather shoes. They're slip-ons, so they, you know, look like quality. Even the boots I got look like quality leather shoes, and because I keep them all nice and clean and polished and all that sort of stuff as well, is that, and I do use vegan suitable shoe polish, which I think is the Walpo or Wapo or something like that. That shoe polish or shoe cleaner So anyway, having discussions about that, you know, for the price that I've paid for them, had a guy that had a pair of, can't remember what the leather ones were, but you know, he paid substantially more than I did for mine, and his weren't wearing half as good as what mine were. So it was a interesting discussion around that, and that was all because someone decided to be a bit of a pain and check, oh, your shoes are leather? Well, no, they're not. And even took the shoes off, and it said vegan wears inside it. So, you know, that was just to wind them up a bit. And the last question is, what's your least favourite thing about being vegan? Now, for me, the least favourite thing about being vegan is having to go out to a restaurant and explain again to someone that, and I'm not saying that it's the staff there's fault, it's the vegans, that the people who claim to be vegan that have gone through beforehand, when the staff have come out and said, oh, we can do you this, it's got, you know, this in it, and, you know, it's got cheese in it, or fish sauce, or dairy. Oh no, hang on, you know, that's not suitable for me because I'm vegan, you know, I won't eat that. Oh, but, you know, hang on, we served it for someone else and they were vegan and they ate it. So for me, that's the least favourite part of being vegan, is having to correct all the mistakes for the people that have, you know, not wanted to make a scene, or not wanted to cause a fuss, or just gone with the flow, or, as Tobias likes to say, not being seen as an extreme, crazy, or dogmatic, or purist vegan, or whatever, and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, that's my, this is going to be a 15-minute long video. So anyway, hopefully I'll get it wrapped up now. So it may just be a little over 13. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm not going to worry about tagging anyone else in this one because I don't know who'd respond to it. If you want to respond to one, do it yourself. Leave in the comments below. And all that sort of stuff. So anyway, thank you, Margaret, for tagging me. I will think of something and get you back for that one. So anyway, thanks for watching. This was another episode of Vegan Please TV, and remember, don't fear the vegan police, we're here to help.